How's it going, YouTube? This is Skullshirter Gold TCG, and I'm here to discuss a rather touchy topic with you guys. Now, for those of you who've been following me on Twitter, you probably saw a whole lot of tweets recently where I was basically saying that I have stopped doing trades of any kind just because I'm pretty much fed up with people arranging the trades and then never sending their trade out to me. And when I sat down to make this video, I was fully prepared to just go ahead and announce that here on YouTube as well. But the more I think about it, the more I think that doesn't seem too fair to the actual people who will follow through on trades, get their trades to me, and get on my trusted traders list. So let me go ahead and show you my trade binder, and let me just skip forward here to the part of the binder where I have cards set aside. That these cards all right here, I have set aside some of them for months for other people to send their half of a trade to me, get their trade to me, so they can receive these cards. And as most of you, I hope, know, I have a policy where I need to receive your cards first before sending mine out. And this is one of the reasons why. You saw all of those cards that I had arranged trades for, and their half of the trade never came to me. If I had sent my half out at the same time they had sent theirs out, then I would be out all of those cards that I can now put back in my trade binder and put back up for trade for you guys. And before I go any further, I need to say those cards right now are not for trade. Nothing of what you see is for trade, but that's not to say that I'm canceling trades altogether. When I first started trading, I think over a year ago now, it was a fairly simple process. I take the extra cards that I have, extra ultra rares, put them in a binder, show off the cards in a video, and arrange to trade as many of them away for as many cards as I can get in return that I need for my collection. And while I haven't shown it off in forever, I do have a collection that I am slowly trying to complete. I'm trying to get one of every single card in every single English set, and up till now it's actually been a pretty easy process of trading away my extra ultra rares from newer sets for the ultra rares I need either from newer sets or every now and then an ultra rare from an older set. I'm still missing, of course, holos, even commons and uncommons from older sets, but those aren't a priority right now. While there have been plenty of cases of people sending their cards to me and I send my cards back no problem, as a trade should work, there's always been one or two people who arrange the trade and then just never send their cards out to me. I understand that's just how it works, especially when you're dealing with the majority of my viewer base, which are children, but it's still always been at least a little bit frustrating. And it really came to a head during this past set. Usually whenever I am missing a few cards, I'm able to arrange trades for the cards I need, no problem. This time, I was only able to arrange trades for maybe half the cards I was missing, and of those half, maybe only 5 or 6 actual cards came through that I needed, and the rest of the trades just never came through. I'm not going to give away any names of people who have thrown themselves onto my untrusted traders list, and there have been, unfortunately, quite a few of them. In fact, with this last round of trades, I've had to put more people on my untrusted traders list than I have in the whole year and a half before that combined. I don't know what it is, but for some reason, a lot of people, when I arrange to trade with them, never send out their half of the trade. Most of the time when I contact them to ask about it, they never respond. They either pretend like they never get the email, or they intentionally just ignore me because they know they screwed up. There's been a few cases, and extremely few cases, I can count them all on one hand, where they just forgot to send their trade, and when I remind them about it, they send it off, it's no problem. That's completely understandable when you just forget about it. But then I also run into cases of people who arrange the trade, intentionally never send their trade out. I don't know why. Either to intentionally waste my time trying to get an angry reaction out of me, or they just don't care enough to actually send their half the trade out. And when you're arranging trades, especially with someone like me who has offers for trades every single day, it's important that you get your trade to me as soon as possible so we can complete it, so that I can either get those cards out of my trade binder or put them back in for other people to consider trading for them. What caused me to finally announce on Twitter that I'm not doing trades anymore is when, in a single day, I contacted 3 people and said, "Your half the trade never came, what's up?" And all 3 of them responded with exactly the same thing. "I don't want to trade for the cards we arranged anymore. I want to wait for your next trade binder and arrange for cards for that." Which is just not okay. You need to send the cards that we agreed on for the cards that I agreed on giving to you. If you want to wait for the next trade binder, you're going to have to cancel our trade first. And if you cancel a trade, that puts you on my untrusted traders list, because that just tells me that you're not interested in following through on our agreement. And when this happens 3 times in a single day, then you can imagine how many times it has happened in the last year and a half, when I've had probably dozens, maybe even 100 or more trades that I've arranged, and maybe half of them have gone through by this point. The other half, people never send their cards out, things come up. There's all sorts of different problems that I have encountered while trading with people. Another big problem is that when I arrange a trade with kids especially, their parents find out that they are contacting someone on YouTube or on the internet at all, and they immediately, as soon as the trade is arranged, they hop onto their kid's email account and say they didn't have permission to contact me to arrange this trade, they're going to have to cancel it. You know what, with that, I completely understand. In any case that involves trades or anything of that kind of thing, I'm always going to side with the parents. If they don't want you trading with me, don't trade with me. This is why it's one of my rules where if you're under the age of 14, you need to contact your parents before even talking with me, much less arranging a trade. And since I've started enforcing that rule, that has happened a whole lot less often, but it still happens even, honestly, up until the last week or so. So you can probably guess by now that a lot of the times when I arrange trades, because it never goes through, it gets really frustrating, especially since I've been doing it for so long, where most of the cards in this binder right now, the ones that are available are here in the front. Again, none of this is available for trade right now, this is just a demonstration. If these few cards in the front are available, and then you skip ahead and you get all of these cards, and oftentimes there's more than one card per sleeve because we arranged multiple cards in a trade, then, you know, if that happens every single month, whenever I put up a trade binder, you can imagine it gets pretty frustrating to just have to deal with these kind of people, these kinds of problems over and over and over again. And that's why I initially went to Twitter saying, all trades are done, I just can't deal with it anymore. The more I think about it though, the more I think that's not fair to the people who really will go through on trades and stuff like that. It's not fair to the probably 50 or more people who I have traded with in the past and got their trade to me no problem, and if there was a problem, they were quick to apologize and it was an easy fix. Most of the time, that's the kind of trade that I'm looking for, one that goes off without a hitch. We just arrange the trade, we send each other the cards, don't think about it ever again, just everyone's happy. But it just doesn't happen as often as I think it should. I think I'm done rambling now. You get the idea. It's extremely difficult for me to arrange trades. It's extremely frustrating when I arrange the trades and the other trade never comes through and the people that I arrange the trade with never respond. I give everyone 2 weeks to have their cards arrive to me if they're in the United States, and if it's not here within 2 weeks, I contact them on email, say, where are the cards? Most of the time, they never respond, and I have to put them on my time wasters list, and no one is happy in that case. But once again, what about the people who are trusted traders? More importantly, what about the people who could potentially become trusted traders? I don't think that it's fair for me to judge every single person who sends me a trade offer because half the people in the past have failed to follow through. I think that that's unfair, and because of that, I will be uploading this trade binder with all the updated stuff in it as soon as Breakthrough is released. After I've opened up my boxes and all the products that go with it, I will upload a new trade binder. But before then, I just want for you guys to watch this video and just know what I'm expecting from my future traders. So that pretty much wraps up this video. Thank you all for watching, and I'm looking forward to trading with you after Breakthrough is released. Stay tuned for more.